Have you ever wondered, on a stormy night when lightning cracks the sky and rain hammers the windows, if invisible eyes are watching you from the shadows? What if a dusty old lamp could unravel secrets that change your life forever? Listen to the story of a kind-hearted girl who didn't just conquer a jinn, but captured his soul. This is a tale of faith, mercy, and hope. It was one of those relentless rainy nights when the narrow lanes of the village lay drowned in silence. Thunder roared like an angry god, and the wind howled through the thatched roofs. Aisha, a simple girl of just 18 summers, sat alone in her tiny hut. Her eyes, though young, carried the weight of old sorrows, deep lines etched by loss. Her parents had been taken by a merciless epidemic years ago, leaving her to care for her frail grandfather. The villagers whispered, "Aisha's heart is pure, but fate turns its back on her." Yet Aisha's spirit was unbroken. Every dawn, she rose to share what little bread she had with the poor, tending to the sick without a thought for herself. She had nothing to sell, nothing to hoard, but she gave endlessly. That fateful night, Aisha had braved the storm to fetch medicine from the market for her ailing grandfather. On the muddy path home, her foot slipped, and she tumbled against the gate of an ancient, crumbling haveli. The haveli, a forgotten relic where no one dared venture. Legends whirled around it like mist. A jinn haunted its halls, devouring wanderers who strayed too close after dark. Aisha chuckled softly to herself. Jinns and ghosts are just stories, Dada. The real monsters are hunger and poverty. But as she steadied herself, her hand brushed something cold and metallic buried in the dirt. An old oil lamp, ornate yet caked in centuries of grime. Curious, she wiped it clean. A sudden gust whipped through the air, and from the lamp's spout erupted a plume of azure smoke. The shadows twisted, coalescing into a towering figure, dark as midnight, with eyes glowing like embers. "Who dares disturb my prison? Speak, mortal, or face oblivion." The voice boomed like an earthquake, shaking the rain-soaked leaves. Aisha's heart leaped into her throat. She stumbled back but held her ground. I'm Aisha. I found this lamp on the path. It was just there. The figure laughed, a deep, mocking rumble that echoed off the walls. "Foolish girl. I am Zahir, Prince of the Jinn. 300 years ago, a sorcerer bound me to this wretched vessel. Whoever frees me grants 3 wishes in return. But beware, my powers are forged in darkness. Speak your desires, gold. Eternal youth. Vengeance on your enemies." Aisha's breath came in shallow gasps. Wishes. She had long ago stopped dreaming of such luxuries. All she craved was her grandfather's steady breathing, a roof that didn't leak. But she said nothing. Zahir's form flickered with irritation. "What? Cat got your tongue? Or has fear frozen you?" Drawing a deep breath, Aisha met those fiery eyes. "I want nothing for myself. You're trapped here. That must hurt, being caged like this. Can I help you somehow?" Zahir froze, his ethereal body rippling like disturbed water. In centuries, no one had asked about his pain. He had been summoned, commanded, feared, but never pitied. He barked a laugh, bitter and hollow. "Help! You, a fragile human. Begone, and claim your wish, or I'll drag you into the abyss with me." Aisha returned home that night, the lamp clutched tightly, its weight heavier than stone. Sleep evaded her as faint whispers from Zahir echoed in her mind. The next day, her grandfather's condition worsened. The village doctor came, prescribed herbs, but payment. Aisha had none. She wept silently, whispering prayers to Allah. "Oh Lord, save him, just this once." As evening fell and she washed clothes by the river bank, Zahir materialized in a swirl of mist. "I heard your prayers, girl. One wish remains. Say it, I'll heal the old man in an instant." Aisha's eyes widened. "No. A wish should be for your freedom, not my gain. Why were you imprisoned? Tell me your story, if you'll share it." Zahir hesitated, his glow dimming. No one had ever listened to him. With a sigh that rustled the river reeds, he began. He was born to the royal line of Jinn, rulers of hidden realms where palaces floated on clouds and stars were playthings. But love had been his downfall, a forbidden passion for a celestial fairy, radiant as dawn. A cunning sorcerer had promised to unite them in exchange for a favor: marry me to her, and I'll free you from ancient curses. Zahir, blinded by hope, agreed. But the sorcerer betrayed him, stealing the fairy away and sealing Zahir in the lamp with a curse that twisted his powers toward malice. My heart turned to ash, Zahir confessed, his voice cracking like thunder fading to rain. Now, I grant wishes, but each one sours the soul of the wisher. Tears welled in Aisha's eyes. Betrayed by love. I know that ache. My mother loved my father fiercely, but he left us too soon, taken by fever. Pain doesn't care if you're human or jinn, it binds us all. For the first time, Zahir felt seen, not as a monster, but as a wounded being. No summoner had ever offered empathy, they only took. Days blurred into weeks. Aisha and Zahir's meetings became a quiet ritual, by the river at dusk, or in the Haveli's moonlit courtyard. Zahir unveiled glimpses of his world, emerald gardens where flowers sang, oceans of liquid silver under twin moons. Aisha laughed, her voice like bells in the wind, but shadows lingered on her face. One scorching afternoon, drought gripped the village. Crops withered under a merciless sun, wells ran dry. Her grandfather's medicine stopped arriving, the paths to the market turned to dust. Aisha roamed barefoot, begging for scraps, but pride kept her from pleading too loudly. Kindness is given without expectation, she'd murmur to herself. Yet at night, as her grandfather writhed in fevered delirium, her resolve cracked. She curled into a ball, sobs muffled by her shawl. One midnight, Zahir appeared, his form stormy. Why endure this? Command the rains. One wish, and the village blooms. Aisha's voice broke. No, that would be cheating fate. I trust in Allah's plan. But trials mounted like storm clouds. Whispers turned to accusations. The villagers, desperate and superstitious, cornered Aisha one evening as she returned from the fields. You've been sneaking to the Haveli. Made a pact with the devil, haven't you? That's why our crops die. Fear twisted their faces into masks of rage. Stones flew, sharp pebbles that bit into her skin. One struck her shoulder, drawing blood that soaked her dupatta crimson. Aisha fled, tears blurring the path, collapsing at the Haveli's threshold. Zahir erupted in fury, winds whipping around him like vengeful serpents. These vermin! Shall I smite them? Turn their homes to sand? Aisha, clutching her wound, shook her head through the pain. No, Zahir. They're scared, hungry, like I am. Help them, but without harm. Show mercy, as you'd want for yourself. Zahir reeled. You defend them. After this betrayal? But her words pierced him deeper than any curse. That night, under a canopy of stars, he wove his magic subtly. He coaxed clouds from distant horizons, drawing moisture from hidden springs. By dawn, gentle rain fell, not a torrent, but a blessing. The earth drank deeply, green shoots piercing the cracked soil. The village awoke to miracle, fields stirring with life. But Aisha's wound festered, infection creeping like poison through her veins. Fever gripped her, and her grandfather, sensing her end, wept by her side. My child, if you leave me, what am I but a shadow? Word spread of the witch girl who brought the rain yet lay dying. The same villagers who had stoned her now gathered outside, guilt heavy in their murmurs. An elder stepped forward, pressing a pouch of coins into the grandfather's hands, a payment for her services, but laced with shame. Forgive us, old one. She's one of us. In her delirium, Aisha dreamed of Zahir's world, flying on wings of smoke, laughing with the fairy under eternal twilight. But reality clawed her back, pain, thirst, the rattle in her grandfather's chest. As the second night fell, she whispered to the empty air, Zahir, if you're listening, free yourself. Find your peace. I've no more strength for wishes.